Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be fitting the sump and a few other things to the bottom of the engine. So right now you're just seeing me with the oil cooler. So I'm just showing you exactly where that lines up. So I'm going to get the bolts for that now. See, just getting them torqued up into place. That's your coolant pump, water pump. Now on to your high pressure diesel pump. So there's 3 long bolts going through that side. I'm just going to take you to the sprocket and nut on this side. I'm going to tighten that properly later on whenever the timing chain's on. This bottom cover goes on below the crankshaft itself, so just getting it on. And there you have the oil pump. So there's a new oil pump on this engine. It was actually brand new whenever I got the engine. Someone had just recently changed it, so I spent quite a lot of time cleaning it out. There you have that bottom sprocket, goes onto the crank from the oil pump. It runs off the crankshaft itself. I'm just going to show you here now the oil pressure solenoid, release solenoid I think. Basically it adjusts the amount of oil pressure it can build. We're now onto the sump, so at this point I'm happy to use a wire brush and drill to actually clean this point, because I'm going to be cleaning quite a lot of it, or cleaning it very well after this. So any wee bits of metal will be cleaned off. You can see the bit I've done there and the bit I haven't done yet. As you can see, there's quite a bit of cleaning going on here. I want to get it absolutely spotless. Don't want any wee bits of metal up and around the engine. Spotless. At this point I have the sump set down, just roughly at the minute. This front cover here, I don't want to be getting a wire brush in around that, so I'm scraping it off with a paint scraper, and then I'm using this pad just to rub it down and get everything nice and clean. You can see it's smooth and clean down now. So I have that cover on just loosely at the minute. Basically I'm putting it on so I can line up my sump correctly. I want the sump to be sitting exactly in the right place. There's a couple of bolts that are actually bigger than the other, so you can see this thick point on this bolt, and then you've got an ordinary bolt beside it. So there's only 2 bolts in the sump that are like that. You can put the small ones in the big hole, but you can't put the big ones in the small hole, so you should be okay. You shouldn't be able to get that wrong. You can see. So I have the front just in hand tight, the bolts in that front cover on this side, and then we'll go from here I think to the back. And just checking there, we can see everything's lining up level on each side. So I've now took the front cover off, and you can see it's level. I have everything sitting smooth and level. Those wee points I'm pointing at, when I go to put the cover back on again, I'm going to put more sealer on those 2 points. And now I've torqued down the sump, and at this point I've actually put the cover on properly. I have all the bolts torqued up in it. I have the bottom pulley put on, and I've now got it lined up where there's an arrow at the top there, which lines with the wee line, so you know you have it on the right way around. And with that crank pulley tool on, I can torque them bolts there to tight. So that's the bottom end of the engine pretty much done. So now I'm ready to get the head on. I'm going to clean a wee bit of the head and get the new gasket on, and that will be the next video. Just thank you very much for watching, and please hit like or subscribe, and see you next time.